Who's ready to get a little bit better? If so, comment yes in the comments right now. Give me a yes. Let me know you're there and breathing and that you're excited to get a little bit better. Woo! Okay, so question I get all the time, and man, this comes up so much in masterminds. It comes up, been doing a ton of Facebook Lives, and it comes up in questions there. We've all got limiting beliefs that we know are holding us back. And so people ask me all the time, like, Mark, how do I, just got a Facebook message yesterday, how do I break free from that limiting belief? How do I break that cycle? I do coaching with people one-on-one, and we can take months, like a month and a half about, to go through this process. But I'm gonna give you, listen, if you're committed and you're willing to do some work, I'm gonna give you a little bit of work here that you can go into. Because here's the thing, guys, if we don't change our thinking about our life, so a belief is a feeling of certainty about something. By the way, a lot of what I'm sharing with you today are tools that I've learned from Tony Robbins, who's been a mentor for several years of just devouring his content and attending his events. And so he's given me some great tools, but the whole idea of a limiting belief, you know what that is. You know, I know, because we've all lived it. It's when we feel like, man, I want to be wealthy, but I have these crappy thoughts about money, or every time I get it, it goes away, or, and you just feel like there's like this resistance, like you're fighting yourself, right? Or relationships. Oh my goodness. Some of you got some limiting beliefs around relationships, and you keep saying stupid things. I love you, but stupid things like, all the good ones are gone, or like I just always end up with the bad boys, or like nobody is trustworthy. Oh my goodness, these beliefs are horrible. Okay, so we've all got beliefs. We got them about business, about relationship, about marriage, about success, about our health. You've got beliefs. I got beliefs. Now here's the thing: certain beliefs in your life are holding you back more than others. I mean, we've all got a list of them, y'all, but goodness gracious. Now y'all know I'm from Kentucky, don't you? Because I just said y'all, like, did I say it like 2 or 3 times in this video? It's okay, I love y'all. Here we go. So, sometimes I just laugh at myself, and you gotta have fun when you're communicating with people, so this is what I'm doing. All right, limiting beliefs, we've got them in every area of our lives. What you need to do is figure out which ones are holding me back. I probably don't need to teach. I probably don't need to ask you any questions, because that thing that you just thought of, like right there, yeah, that's probably the one. That's probably the area that has been holding you back. So a global belief is if you change one global belief, you change your life. A global belief is what you believe about some of these things, like I'm saying, about relationships, about men, about women, about life, about God, about the universe, about people in general. Like, people are, God is, women are, men are, business is, success is, success is hard. So those kind of beliefs, they're gonna shape everything. Marriage is, these are global beliefs. So that's what, if you're gonna do this work and you've never done it before, that's the kind of belief you're looking for. It's one that's kind of a big one. I mean, you're not looking for a belief about like chicken tortilla soup is gross. Like, you might have that belief, but that is not really holding you back in your life. We want to look for these big ones. Okay, so figure out the area that you want to target. I'm gonna give you 3 steps. You ready? Here we go. 3 steps that I could coach you for days on, but I'm gonna give you 3 steps. Because if you're really committed, and if you're really hungry, and if you've had enough suffering, listen, let me ask you a question. You can comment down there. How many of you have like internally, you've created some suffering in your life because of the things that you believe that are holding you back? If you know that, if you're honest about that, give me that like hand raise emoji. Give me a yes in the comments, because the quickest way to change is to face reality. As long as something is denied, it cannot be healed. So that's your first step, right? The fact that you're listening to this video, I've had people say, I don't really have any limiting beliefs. I'm like, come on now. We've all got them. So step number 1, 3 steps. Are you ready? 3 steps to change your story, change your life, to break free from those limiting beliefs. Here's 3 steps. Step number 1, identify the belief or beliefs that are holding you back. When I do this work with people, I identify 3 beliefs. And the first step is you basically just brainstorm. Like, what are the things I'm believing about different areas of my life. And so if you need some starters, you could look at relationships. You could look at your identity. By the way, you're going to have at least one on your identity, because everything comes back to what you believe about who you are, about your own worth. Identity, about business, about money. If you're watching this video and you follow me, you probably should identify one that's all about money, okay? And the other ones could be anything: relationships, marriage, health. Some of you need to get your health in line, and you've went back and fallen back on some habits during difficult times in our world, and you need to get your health in line, but you got limiting beliefs that are holding you back. I can't eat healthy. Eating healthy is horrible. Getting healthy is hard. Losing weight is hard. Like, these are not beliefs, my friends, that are serving you well. So step one, just journal it. Brainstorm it. If you don't like to journal, you can do it in Audible. There's a great app, what's called Otter. I said that funny. Great app called Otter that will help you, and you just verbally talk and then it transcribes it for you. So if you don't like to write, you got to get it out. You got to get in flow. You got to brainstorm, write, and just journal it out. This doesn't have to take a long time. Set a timer for 10 minutes, and the pressure of the clock will push you to be like, okay, what is it? And just 10, 15 minutes, you can brainstorm out and really get a list, okay? So you get your list. This is step 1A, is go through that list and circle the ones, maybe the top 3 to 5, that are the big ones that you're like, yep, that's it. That's holding me back, right? So circle the ones that are big ones. And then if you got 5, go through that list and say, okay, of these, which ones are the biggest? All right. And you might say, okay, is that the right language? Is that the right thing? And by the way, when you're going through that list to circle, you're going to see themes, and you're going to be able to like group things together. Okay. Again, this is a deeper process. I'm just trying to give you some handles, because if you do this and you fully commit and you identify that belief and you get it locked into a concise, succinct statement of, I believe that success is hard. I believe that, that I don't have the ability to make wealth. I believe that I'm not worthy, that I'm not enough, that I'm not smart enough or good enough or experienced enough. And if you can get it down to one statement, a succinct statement, not one of those run-on sentences, but a small statement, that is going to give you power, because now you've held it up to the light, that statement, which is a belief that is dominating your life. And when you hold it up to the light, you expose it and you strip it of its power, because it's a lie. Now, get the belief. Step number 2, it is this: you need to get leverage. And the way you get leverage is you need to go through a process and say, okay, if I hang on to this belief, what will be the consequences in my life to me and to everybody else? And I'm going to say this quick, but this is the meat. This is really important. Go through the process and say, okay, if I hold on to this belief, what has harmed me in the past because of this belief? What are the negative consequences that have already happened in the past? What are the negative consequences that are happening right now in my life because of this stupid, idiotic belief? Well, how does it hurt me? What has happened right now? And then say, what is going to happen in the future if I hold on to this belief for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years into the future? And here's the key: the worst case scenario consequences is what I would want you to imagine, because we're getting leverage, right? Because when you get leverage, then you have the power to change. And so people tend to change more to avoid pain than they do to attain pleasure. We tend to change more to avoid pain than we do to achieve pleasure. And so I want you to find the pain because of this limiting belief that has held you back, all right? Go through that process, do the writing, feel it. Some of you might do it more as like a meditation, and you go through it mentally and then go back and write it down. But I want you to feel the emotions of it. I want you to take some deep breaths and imagine and visualize, what would you say to yourself 20 years down the road if you held on to this belief? What would you say to yourself? What would you say to yourself? Would you say you're a loser? You're a failure? That's the level that you got to feel this pain. Now, again, I facilitate this. This is like crash course in shifting limiting beliefs. Step 3 is define your new truth. Define your new truth. So if this limiting belief was holding you back, you got leverage, you don't ever want to live like that, then what the heck is the truth? The truth is, and the best way to do this is just to get in a flow and just begin to speak it out. Say, well, the truth is this. Like, this was a belief, but that's not the truth. that's literally going to hold me back for the rest of my life. It'll destroy my life. It'll hurt the people I love. It'll rob me of my destiny. The truth is, and just begin to say it. The truth is, the truth is, the truth is, and just begin to say it until you find something that like feels right. That you say it and you're like, oh, that was good. I want that in my life. I want that truth to dominate me. I want that truth to lead my life forward. And so that's basically the process. Now there's a bunch more to go into, but like that is some handles, because then you can take that truth and you can put it in your daily affirmations. You got to keep it top of mind. There's a whole lot more to it. But if you're wondering, if you've never had anybody teach you on how to break free from a limiting belief, step 1, identify the limiting belief. Step 2, get leverage. And step 3, define your new truth. If you do those 3 things, now listen, you're gonna need support. There's more to it. But like you could literally take back your power today by doing that kind of work, and then you can begin to live into that new truth. So I hope this served you. That was a lot to drop in a little 10-minute video, but I just want to add value to you guys, and I'm guessing this video of all the ones I've done is probably gonna get a whole lot of comments. And if you got questions, just drop them in there. I'm happy to answer and support you any way I can. But right now, we should get off this video and we should go out there and give our greatness to the world, because somebody needs what's on the inside of you. Go out there and give it away. Don't underestimate the goodness, the power, the beauty that is on the inside, the value that you have to add to someone else. Don't underestimate it. You got to go out there and give it away. I love you guys. Have a great day.